So a couple of weeks ago, there was a video from Lindybeige, who many of you know. He's one of the most popular history YouTubers, really good channel too. I watch him. And he covered Olympic archery while I was in Guatemala. And I received quite a few messages from various people saying, hey, NUSensei, you've got to check this out. It looks wrong, it's not safe, it's really dangerous, you've got to react to this, you've got to criticize him. There were some people saying you'll probably see NUSensei in his comment section. Gee, apparently I'm supposed to say something or react to it. And look, I can see why people are getting really worked up about it. If you've seen the video, there's probably a few things that really stick out. If you're wondering why I'm not really fussed about it, let's go through the reasons. Firstly, and the most obvious problem, is the William Tell shot where the archers hit the lemon on Lloyd's head. It's a fake shot. It's a camera trick. There's no shooting at people involved. What they've done is they've pinned the hat to the target, they've hung the lemon on top of it, and they've shot at an empty target. Lloyd then slips his head under the hat, and therefore he fakes the whole scene. It's pretty obvious. It seems many people are legitimately tricked by this, so I guess it worked, but that's a pretty simple camera trick. Secondly, the workers in the back, and a lot of people made a very big commotion about how you should never shoot while people are behind the target. Look, it's easy for us looking at a video screen to think about how dangerous it could be, but from making these videos myself, camera angles and distances can be very deceptive. Now, I'm not there, I don't know how long the range was, but I'm guessing that the range is a 70-meter range. It has a safety net and a mesh at the back, and they're only shooting at 10 or 15 meters. So ranges have a standard safety cone where you can shoot safely with certain parameters. These workers are at least 2 lanes away. They are behind the target range, working behind a mesh or a fence, and given that they're only shooting at 10 meters, it's basically impossible to miss the target so badly that the arrow will go 100 meters and hit someone working behind the fence. So the people there most likely assessed the situation, said it's not going to go that far and the arrows won't go that far, and therefore it was safe for what they were doing. So it's a good call, but it's kind of an overreaction from many people. If this was a tournament, you wouldn't have anyone behind there, but for a casual practice session, it's not going to stop people using the field. Thirdly, what about the thumbnail? There are 2 archers pointing loaded bows at Lindybeige. Let me show you something. Normally with a loaded bow, the arrow's knocked on the string, and if you release it, it'll come off, therefore it's dangerous. But here's a trick. Take the arrow off the string, put it between your fingers, and hold it like this. The arrow's off the string, you can pull it back, and you will never know that the arrow is not knocked. I do this all the time when I'm doing photo shoots. It looks like I'm holding a knocked arrow, but it's actually off the string. I can release the string, I can dry fire, and there is absolutely no risk to the person in front of the camera. And like I said, I don't know if these archers did that, but given that they are trained professional archers trying to go for a national team spot, I highly doubt they will have such a big brain fade to point a loaded weapon at somebody else. Fourthly, I'm not the YouTube archery police. I'm just some small-time channel. It's not my role to go around calling people out. I've done it before in the past, yes. Lars Anderson comes to mind, but he was actually shooting at people. There was a lot of controversy about that. And what Lindybeige is doing is extremely mild. There's almost zero risk because he's not actually being shot at. And honestly, I'm tired of people who just keep on jumping my back about, oh, you should stay in your lane. Fine, I'm staying in my lane. I'm not talking about this. And finally, what's the point? It seems everyone watching the video is already aware of safety. So, even though the shot is fake and the people might be safely behind the target line, people are already calling this out. And the fact that people are talking safety first is a good thing. And that means that whatever goal people want me to achieve has already been achieved. So I don't see a reason why I should call out Lindybeige and criticize him. I think going from a producer mindset that everything that's been done has been done with utmost safety in mind. The people involved have taken every measure to make sure nothing can go wrong. The only negative thing I can really say is that this kind of thing is probably ill-advised, not because it's unsafe, but because it just doesn't make people look good. It makes the sport look bad, it makes the people involved look bad, even though there's no risk involved. I would not recommend an athlete or a coach do this sort of thing, even though they might just be posing. It may be misread or misinterpreted very easily, and a look at the comment section will really show how easily people are fooled into thinking that this was a dangerous stunt. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend this, but otherwise I know that the people involved have done things with zero risk, and I don't need to overreact to it. So I don't need to say anything else about the video. Some people might be disappointed that I'm not taking a hard line on safety, but what can I do? The video was filmed a year ago. Lindy released it a few weeks ago. I think people know about the issues, and that's really all that needs to be said. Anyway, I'm NUSensei. If you've just joined the channel, then I do cover archery in depth in many topics, both modern and traditional. So if you do want to stick around to learn more things, feel free to do so. I do hope you enjoy what you're doing no matter what you're doing, and make sure you do it safely.